Hello and welcome to another StarCastTV cast. I am Seriosity, and today we will be casting a ZvZ on Eclipse between Hero and Queen. We have Queen here in the bottom left spawn, and Hero in the top right. Two-player map, ZvZ. Both overlords heading towards the middle of the map. With two-player maps, there's less variance. You will have both Zerg players scouting each other immediately, but you still have large differences if you get non-mirror builds. So let's see what they open up with. So far, both players going for Overlord. No, this looks like it's going to be a 9 pull from Queen. And Overlord here for Hero. Now, because it's a two-player map, more likely to see 12 pull. Eclipse doesn't have a large rust distance or an excessively large rust distance like some other maps, and there is the 12 pull. Zero, of course, can go either 9 pull speed or 9 pull lair here. Well, Queen, I should say. And here we have Hero with the gas. No expansion quite yet. Sixlings on the way for Queen. Very important to see what he does with this 100 gas. And here's the expansion for Hero. So pretty much cookie cutter 9 pull versus 12 pull opener. Is it going to be speed? Nope. Lair first from Queen. So this has some trade-offs. You will have the faster lair, but you can put on as much pressure as you can with 9 pull speed. And the Overlord sees all these lings, knows it's a 9 pull. He won't know which variant it is. It's like 6 lings and 2 drones. These 2 drones are absolutely necessary. Let's look at the dance here. Neither player really wants to commit unless they have a favorable engagement here. Oh, looks like a little bit of a dance. He's poking at the hatchery, but without speed, you can't really commit so much pressure here. Both players getting speed, and as you can see, they will roughly finish at the same time. That's 1 drone that got killed. Nice pick off there for Queen. Now, yep, just gonna hightail it out of there. Lair is already done. There's a Spire. Now, this is the first extra amount of larva that Hero has had. So as it stands, they have basically identical link counts. You can see 10 against 10 or 10 against 9, but the faster reinforcements for Queen. Speed just finishes for both. Nice pullback micro there, and looks like this is about an even trade. It ends up 2-1, but he had 1 extra to start off. With drones off gas, just really prioritizing that mineral income, getting more drones, not more lings. Sunken being forced out here, completely standard. It's 2 hatch against 1, so very difficult to count on ling numbers alone to defend. Now Hero's going to be forced to go Evolution Chamber, although because his lair is at a good timing, he will still have enough to get a Spire here. And it's important to get that Spire out to put on counter pressure eventually against your Zerg opponent. We have 6 drones on minerals, 3 on gas. There's the Evolution Chamber finally. You also want a Sim City somewhat. Don't want to let lings run by. Let's see, how many mutas is Queen actually going to make? Let's look at the spore placement. Very nice here, covering the majority of the mineral line. This one covering the ramp and one in the main as well. Still no spire. You're really poor as Zerg when you're having to make all these spores, and there finally is a spire. I'm just gonna go straight away for this one overlord. Scouting Ling heading out. Spores perfectly on time. Spire about a third of the way done. And here comes Queen. He's gonna head out with these Mutalisks, trying to get an angle where the Lynx can get in with support of the Mutas. One of the ways for a Toll Pooler to lose in this scenario is to let Lynx up the ramp, then the Mutas can camp the ramp and kill all these Lynx that are here to reinforce. So it's very important to block. Ooh, this one lane denying the expansion from Queen, very annoying. Also gets a scout, and you see he pulled a lot off gas to get this faster expansion. Let's see if he can do anything with these mutas. It's like one drone gets killed, two drone get killed, and a Ling. This is nice damage. You see the worker difference is quite large here. Spire finally done here for Hero. He's gonna have the benefit of this faster second gas. You can see the expansion for Queen isn't even halfway done. Ling gonna get in to scout. Still none on gas. This is very important. You need to have enough on minerals so that you can mine 2 gases when your expansion is done. And you see the first group of Scourge being sent out. Ling movement on the map. Mutalisks out harassing the minerals and now chasing the Lings. These Lings can put on some counter pressure, of course. There's very little defense if the mutas are away halfway across the map. It's not going to be any sunken here. At least there's a sunken in the main. The sunken in the main will kind of deter Ling attacks like this. Maybe he'll get a drone, but without the sunken, this could potentially do a lot more damage. Actually gets a drone there. And the Scourge managed to catch a Muta, so very good attack there. If you look at the Mutalisks number, we're at 5 already versus 5, but we have a second gas quite fast here. You can see Queen only now getting a second gas, still a 6 worker deficit. So pretty big advantage for Hero. We have some Mutalisk lead here. So I'm a Mutalisk against just the 5. You can see the natural doesn't have any drones mining the minerals because they were exposed earlier, so we actually have oversaturation here in the main. Neither player really wants to commit here. Hero, of course, has the economic advantage and still has a slight Mutalisk lead, but if you go all the way across the map, by the time you get there, your opponent made an extra round of mutas, and all of a sudden, that lead you had is no longer existing. We have 11 mutas now, and a lot of Scourge being made. Ooh, I missed this earlier. It's gonna be +1 care base for Queen. Is it gonna finish in time? Looks like it's not, and this is actually crucial because Mutalisk count about even. It's all about which Scourge can connect. You can see a Mutalisk just popped. Still have the 11 for Hero. Now it's a fight, but +1 care base still not done. More Scourge being rallied. Looks like it's 6-5, just barely managing to win. Is Queen with the faster reinforcements. Ling's at the natural, getting some kills though. Several drones went down there. But now we have +1 care base for Queen. And every time a Mutalisk shoots, you see the Glaive Orb does 9. that 9 is split into 3 attacks with each doing 1/3 less damage. So it'll be 9, 3, 1. But if you have Carapace, like this Mulus does, it'll actually be 8, 2, and half. So a large damage reduction there with just one upgrade. Of course, 150 gas and minerals cost a lot, but if you can afford to get it like Queen just did, you can end up with a big advantage heading into the mid game. Don't count even now, but we still have a supply lead for hero. Queen had to make something like 4 or 5 drones to come back. Now we're doing guerrilla tactics with the Mutalisk, no longer looking for direct engagements. We're gonna scout with this link to see where the Mutalisks are, and then hit the main, snipe a couple drones, and then when the Mutalisks go deal with that threat, more lings are gonna go into the net. That's 1 drone down, 2 drones down, 3 drones down. Lings at the net, almost get another drone, and the Mutalisk just escaped. Mutalisk number is about equal, but remember, with the +1 Carapace, as long as you avoid the Scourge, even at a Muta deficit, you will have an advantage. But that's 3 Mutalisks that die to Scourge, and that'll keep Queen's Mutalisk at bay here. Very nice scouting here, constantly by hero. Good patrol micro to get that kill on those Scourge. We even have a 3rd hatch being set up, and now this 3rd hatch, the access to the 3rd gas is extremely impactful here. Lots of scouting by White on the minimap. You can see he doesn't want to get caught off guard by a Mutalisk maneuver like that again. 3rd gas, still not mining. Lots of Mutas here. Well, it looks like 1 went down to a random Scourge. But again, hero, still no +1 Carapace. You can see Spire isn't upgrading. Mutas don't have that upgrade. We have 10 Mutas, a lot of Scourge. So it's gonna come down to Mutalisk micro. Even with the Mutalisk deficit, the Carapace is just such an impactful upgrade. Any head-to-head fight will favor Queen here. But one way to combat that is just to have more than your opponent, and that's why we see this 3rd gas. Only has 2 on gas right now, but the longer this game goes on, the better off he's gonna be. It's only 10 Mutalisks. This is more than a control group. But this is so much Scourge. Looks like some of the Scourge connecting. It's 9 to 11, but all the Scourge for hero are dead. He's fighting on top of the Spore. Spore providing good support there. 2-shotting all those Scourge. Now we have 2 Spores here at the 3rd base, but these are drones that aren't mining gas. So far this 3rd base hasn't really paid off yet. Now we have lings attacking, and this is extremely annoying. You can see Queen putting on a lot of pressure here, realizes he has to get something done, doesn't want to let this 3rd base economy kick in. It's like he's going for the Mutalisks. They are cornered, but there's a couple Spores here. We have a Mutalisk advantage though now. More Mutalisks being rallied across the map. There's a Sunken here just to deal with any annoying ling counterattacks. Finally have 3 on gas at this 3rd base. Now we're at that magic number again of Mutalisks with 11. Couple of lings being made, and again, if the Mutas are at this position, how do you actually defend a space from Blings? I think that's what Queen is gonna go for. Looks like we're harassing the net again. The Spore that was here was killed earlier. I'm not sure if that was by Queen or by hero. Lots of Scourge. How good is the Mutalisk micro? So far, so good. Only a couple Scourge connect. And you can see now that this natural has been completely exposed, can't mine minerals or gas. So it's basically even economy, even though we have 3 hatch versus 2. Hero actually way down in drones now after losing all those drones at his natural. Another Scourge gets patrolled down. Here we go, big engagement. A lot of Scourge in this one from both sides. Looks like White has the better control. Hero not eating any Scourge thus far. So now we're at a Mutalist advantage, but you can see these Mutalists, they can't fight the +1 Carapace. Now we have Lings at the 3rd base. Killed the Spore, killed the drone. Now the Mutalists go back to the natural. No drones here mining, but the hatchery is exposed. This is 9 Mutalists, 10. They have Scourge support, but again, no upgrade. Have to be careful not to eat any Scourge. We're fighting over the Spore again. The Spore provides a lot of help here in these fights. Looks like another Ling counterattack. This Ling has 3 kills. And Queen is just relentless here. Hitting the 3rd, hitting the natural non-stop. Lings to distract the Mutalist, go to the 3rd, and now the Mutalist hit the natural. There's only Scourge here. I mean, this hatchery is under threat. Spire even taking residual damage from the splash of each Glaive Worm. And this is 11 Mutalists now. Look how quickly that Sunken went down. Just a couple of volleys. Mutalists at the 3rd again. Look at the Spore taking damage, being forced to make Lings. His hero here. Back at Queen's base, you can just see he's just making Mutalists and Scourge and Lings. Only attacking units. He realizes he has a window here. Enough Lings here. It's probably enough Mutalists to take out that Spore as well. Looks like he's within range. He's chasing the Mutalist down. It's 10 Mutalists, and these 7 are just not enough. Looks like he wants to save the 3rd base, but he gets caught by the Mutalist yet again. And there's a GG by Hero. Fantastic control by Queen. I mean, really abused the positioning. He was able to sit here in this position. The Lings did a lot of damage, and every time the Mutalist dealt with this threat, there was another one at the natural. Hero basically couldn't mine his natural, so even though he had 3 base, he was effectively only mining off 2. And the +1 Carapace was the deal breaker there at the end. Just always had the better Mutalist engagements in Muta versus Muta fight, and had the sufficient control with his Mutalist to patrol down all the Scourge during all the chaos. So even though it looked like Hero had a really good advantage once he got that Mutalist dive in here, ended up several drones ahead. The big fight here, as +1 finish, really changed the game. And well, that'll be all for today's video. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more, and see you all next time.